going on, Future Focus team? Back at it with another video. If this is your first time to the channel, thank you. Welcome. If not, welcome back. It's been a while, so we're going to get right into it. What we're going to talk about today is two stocks that one I'm watching and one I've been buying. All right, so here they are right here. One is MP Materials and the other one's Palantir. Have any of you heard about any of these? Matt, have you heard about
MP sound a little familiar. Not really. I don't think I heard of Palantir.
And that's what I'm trying to bring. I'm trying to bring companies that people aren't really talking about that much. Like a lot of this thing I see in YouTube recently is a lot of saturation. A lot of people talking about the same exact things over and over and over. I'm sure you guys are tired of that. All right, so let's introduce two new ones to it. All right, so MP Materials, what are they? They're a rare earths fundamental building block of the modern economy, enabling trillions of dollars in global GDP via a wide range of clean energy, information technology, defense, and industrial applications. Mountain Pass, that's what the MP stands for, is one of the richest deposits of rare earth elements in the world. Today, MP Material produces a concentrate that contains about 15% of the rare earth content consumed annually. By 2022, they will produce high purity separated neodymium and praseodymium oxide, lanthanum and cerium oxides and carbonates, and a heavy rare earth concentrate. So I didn't record it earlier, but you know, we were talking about gold and silver and precious metals. Well, this is kind of along the same line. They're producing things that are going to be necessary for your cell phones, for satellite dishes, for vehicles, especially electric vehicles. They're producing the things that are so rare that China currently has 95% of the entire stream for these all of these components, but they're the first and largest in the United States, so they're big. The EV supply chain demands a Western Hemisphere supplier potential to restore the critical industrial inputs to the United States, because again, currently China, they basically own the entire landscape for all of the rare earth components. And this company, they just went to market. They're brand new. They have about a week on the market, and there's a lot of opportunity here, especially when we're talking about, like we talked about earlier, how important things are going to be in the future, such as, you know, electric vehicles and all that. So rare earths are critical materials for the coming decades. NdPr magnets are essential building blocks for this evolution. So everything that we're moving towards, like that whole ARK Invest, everything they have, the whole innovation sector, like this company is a part of that. They got wind turbines, industrial automation, robotics, electric vehicles, drones, electric public transportation, aviation. They all need these components that are rare on the globe. There's, you know, finite amount of them, and this company has like the entire market share for the Western Hemisphere. Their competitor is China. So thinking about that, thinking about Tesla, thinking about GM, thinking about all these American companies, Apple, that have to rely on China for all these things and have to pay for things to come all the way from China. Now you have a person in the Western Hemisphere that can, you know, sell it to you for less, and it's closer to you, so you get it in faster time. NdPr magnets are a single point of failure for national security, the economy, and the environment. All right, rare earths are essential even to competing technologies within the ecosystem. The most efficient battery chemistry for EVs is still unknown, but motor technology is well settled. The reason I put this in here is that there's a lot of different types of vehicles that people are talking about are the future. So you have the hydrogen cell, which is like Helion, like they rely on that hydrogen cell technology. Or you have Nikola, another one that falls into that. Then you have the key lithium ion battery technologies.
You gotta take that one out.
Like Tesla,
You gotta
Toyota.
take that one out.
I know, I feel you. But that's one of the things that they're relying on, you know. And basically what this company is saying is that no matter which companies you're going with, no matter which route you're going to take, which route the future holds, like they're going to need the rare metals that this company is providing. All right, so MP Materials is answering U.S. government calls to action, and there's a direct correlation between the two companies I named because they both have ties to the government. This one, as you see here, these are the things that are making this company even more beneficial. So right here you have Executive Order 13817, a federal strategy to ensure secure and reliable resources of critical materials. Secretary of Interior presents a list of 35 minerals deemed critical under the definition in the executive order. 5 separate presidential determinations to address both the upstream and downstream deficiencies in our rare earth. And that's talking about China. Like, China controls the whole stream from inception all the way to delivery till the customer receives it. China owns about 95% of that whole delivery route. So now we have a company in America that is, we can take that away from China. Department of Defense Title III funding opportunity announcement focused on light rare air separation. So basically, this whole slide is depicting that the government is pushing for more of this. So the government is backing what this company is doing. This I just put this image on here because it kind of shows you the things that this company is selling and how it applies just in a cell phone. So the vibration motor, it has those rare metals. The LED screen has those rare metals, the speakers, so on and so forth. And that's just in a cell phone. We haven't even talked about vehicles or anything like that. This is the leadership. I always like to look at who is leading. This company came through in a SPAC. The reason they came through in a SPAC was it was one of the easiest ways to come to market. And following them, looking at them, they have $555 million in cash. They have zero debt. If you guys want to know more about this company, I could do a more in-depth video on it. We could talk about the entire financials and go into all of that. And just, in the comments below, let me know, and I'll make a video dedicated to this entire company. But this is the leadership here. The reason you see the one from Fortress is that was the chief executive officer of the Fortress, which was the SPAC company that merged with MP Materials in order to form ticker symbol MP. So MP Materials, this is just a chart of what they've done. I did it from way back, but they were a SPAC up until this week, and since they went public, they haven't blown up like all these other speculative companies do. They go up to like $100 on the first day. This company's been going up little by little. A lot of people really don't know about it yet, and I'm bringing it to you because it's something you could look into and possibly be one of the first people to jump in there before the entire herd comes and ruins the whole thing, and then it's too late for you to get in there. So this is I know this is one that I thought Matt would like because this one is in the precious metal space. They're miners, they're mining all these rare earths, and they don't even talk about silver and copper, gold. Like they're going into things that are rarer than even all those things are. The next company is Palantir. All right. And this company has its pros and cons, and the cons aren't even cons. The cons are that they have to be secretive with a lot of what they do, which is not what the public market wants to see because they want to know everything that's going on. So a lot of what they talk about, they can't talk about who their customers are and things like that. So what is Palantir? So basically they have 4 different pillars, but in a nutshell, they provide analytical research that grows and learns and continues to grow. And they build these ecosystems. So a company such as Coca-Cola can benefit from the technology or research that, Department of Defense put into work. And it's just an ecosystem that continues to grow and learn from itself and help you make decisions that your company's trying to make. So data integration, they integrate any data, structured, unstructured, and semi-structured, into a single environment for search and analysis. So a lot of their competition, there are a lot of no-name companies, but their competition, the amount of data that they produce is about like per second. This company produces it like 1 million times faster per second than their competition does. Conduct relational, temporal, geospatial, statistical, behavioral, predictive, and network analysis to turn raw data into actionable intelligence. And one of the things that correlates with is they help capture terrorists. Like the government pays these does contracts with this company in order for them to go out and do like the kind of things that we do in the military. They go and they capture terrorists. You know, that's one of the big pros that this company does, and one of the things that attracted me to them is that they have like a positive behind what they're doing. They're not just selling a product to sell a product. You know, they're actually producing things that are going to help in the future to defeat the enemies that we're trying to defeat anyway. Palantir's revisioning database allows users to see where data comes from, how it has changed, and how reliable a source has been historically, and share intelligence securely across teams, business units, and borders with fine-grained access control and multi-level security. So again, like this is the kind of the con that I was talking about. This is from their, this is the first time they ever filed. Again, this is a newish company. They went public a few weeks ago, and they can't tell you which aerospace company signed the contract with them. All they can tell you is that an aerospace customer signed the largest commercial deal that they've ever done in the midst of a pandemic that shook their entire industry. And they did a renewal, a 5-year renewal for $300 million. So again, that's one of the cons that people in the market are kind of skeptical about, because they want full disclosure. And because of the line of work that this company does, they can't provide full disclosure. This is another deal they made. They signed a 2-year, $91 million contract with the U.S. Army Research Laboratory. And both these deals, along with a lot of other deals, were all done in Q2. So this is part of their Q3 reporting that I pulled this from. And again, they work with the Marine Corps, with the Army, with the Navy, with the Air Force, with the FBI, with the CIA, with NASA. All these companies sign contracts with them over and over and over. This is the revenue. They grew their revenue by 52% year over year in quarter 3. So as you can see, in Q3 2019, they made 191 million. In Q3 2020, they made 289 million. And a big reason for that is that for the first time ever, they had the most people renew their contracts. So we will going back to the cons. This company doesn't have a million people that take their product. That's one of the cons that people look at. And one thing that I feel you should know, this company has more like 300 customers. So they don't have like a big broad base of customers. And that's another thing that people look at when they're analyzing this company. So they continue to grow their existing contracts as our customers derive more value from their software subscriptions. So let me go back. So average revenue per consumer, you can see how much each company, like the average is paying them. And the average revenue of their top consumers is between 17.4 million to 23.6 million. This company is helping other companies make more money. Companies such as Amazon and Google, they rely on things like this to help them grow, and they've been doing this for a long time. This is the management team. Alexander Karp here, he kind of reminds me of like a Elon Musk type of figure, like a misunderstood genius. Like people could look at this guy and he's like, you know, this guy, look at his hair, like this guy looks crazy, but this guy's like a true genius. The chief operating officer is a very intelligent guy as well. I watched the whole presentation and I've seen all 3 of these gentlemen speak. They're not the only ones on the executive management team. They were just the top 3. But like seeing them talk, seeing their mannerisms, seeing how optimistic they are about the future of their company, it made me bullish on this company. I started buying this stock about $9 ish, and I've continued to buy it. I've continued to buy it. This is currently the chart. It's at 1842. As you can see here, I continue to be bullish about this company. When I invest in a company, I want to be on board with what they're doing. And this is a big company that's doing something like that. Like they're actually assisting in fighting terrorism, which is huge. Questions, like what notes you guys got? What do you guys have? I mean, anybody while they get their questions together. Anybody else watching this? if you want me to go more in depth into this company, like let me know, and I'll make individual videos and individual work for either one of these companies. I know these are companies you like really don't get mentioned, and that's what I'm trying to bring. I'm trying to talk about things that a lot of people aren't talking about, if that makes sense. Obviously, it's been working. Like my strategy has been not investing in what everybody else is investing in, has been working for me as of late. So, go ahead. What questions y'all got?
My question was, this is most definitely a long-term play, right?
Yeah, they're both are, man. Like these are both, again, Palantir I've been investing in, and the other one I'm just looking at it. I'm still doing my research on it, but I'm very, very interested in it. Uh, but again, Palantir is just one that I had to when it was at $9. I believed in everything that the company and the leadership believed in. If that makes sense. Like we're on the same page. And MP Materials is again something for the future. But when we look at future, I'm looking at like 5, 10 years out. But yeah, what else?
So a buy.
What's up? Yeah,
So like,
Oh,
yeah, man. I'm if ever I bring a company in here, it's 9 times out of 10 going to be a buy and hold. Uh, like I'm not going to tell people to trade because that's risky. You know what I mean? Um, I'm gonna give you like things that I think are sure in a long term with a purpose behind it. You know, just like let's say I put some. What's up, Benson? What's going on? Long time.
You're good to go, sir. Not much, chilling.
But do these look like companies that you guys will be interested in? Companies that you guys like find interesting?
yeah, the second I saw like the government
um,
seal
uh,
said most definitely.
Yeah. Yeah. Any?
yeah, I really like MP Materials. I think it's with that neodymium, or I don't know how you pronounce it, but that element
Yeah.
I hear is so crucial to like
Everything.
flying jets. You can't fly a jet without it. Yeah,
Benson, you
which is
came in late,
crazy.
man.
A jet will be ground.
What questions
Yeah,
you
I
got?
am kind of late. I'm out of the loop, so I'm just listening to like learn for the
Yeah.
most part what you guys are talking about.
Well, we talked about the companies and all that, man. So you're gonna see that video later on, and if you got questions, you could text me. But
Absolutely.
while you're here, what questions you got about anything, man?
Um, so I have a staff sergeant here, and he's investing in doing all this stuff as well. And he was telling me about art, and the precious metals as well. But I don't know if you're into art or if you're investing in art, but that's another good thing to invest in because how do I say it? It's just like the same thing for the most part as precious metals. This another thing to invest in because he just bought a piece for like 4,000. He said,
Yeah.
and
So
then
art
once the
is,
artist dies as well, it could go up even higher.
yeah,
Not to pray on their death, but just things to look into.
yeah, art. The difference between art and precious metals is that art is a want. So if somebody needs to want that, you know what I mean? Whereas precious
Right.
metals is something that's a need. It's something that people need inside their cell phones, their electric vehicles, inside of uh, things. Every single day, you need something. You know, art. If I have the money to buy it and I like it, so there's a lot of things that need to happen to get it. Am I saying it's not bad? I don't do it because I know it's resource extensive. So for example, like he's gonna buy that $4,000 piece of art. It's not something he can just put in his storage lot and forget about. He's got to keep that.
Right. You have to keep the quality of it and everything.
Yeah, because when they buy it, they need to know one that it's real. And I know when you buy it, It's just like precious metals where you pay a premium to buy it, but
Right.
depending on you have to use an authorized dealer or things like that, and you sometimes get hit with a premium when you sell as well. So art is not a bad play. You know what I mean? I'm not going to get into that space, not because I don't believe in it, but I just don't have space for it in my portfolio currently. I'm already investing in cryptocurrency. I got real estate. I got precious metals. I got stocks. So I'm kind of like my portfolio is kind of full, and I don't want to stretch myself too thin. If that makes sense, man.
Absolutely, it does.
Yeah. So, and
Just when the
again, man.
time comes, or if you're able to, you might.
Yeah, man, and like I spend $4,000 for a piece of art and hold it, and hopefully somebody will pay me 16,000 for it one day or 40,000 for it one day. But so many things could happen, man. Like my house could get set on fire. My freaking I don't know. I just it's not for me personally. But are you thinking about that? Like again, when
Oh no, I'm not. I mean, it was just like another means of investing as well, like real estate, stocks, and other stuff, precious metals, cryptocurrency. It's just another thing I didn't think about. He was telling me about it, and I've looked into it, but I haven't done anything with it yet.
Yeah, I mean, Jay-Z said it in a song. He bought a
That
piece of
is true.
art. He bought a piece of art for 1 million, then he sold it for 2 million. Oh no, now it's worth 2 million. Yeah, so I mean,
And then, like he tried to buy I think it was like a hotel or something.
I can't wait to give this to my children.
yeah.
Right.
But he also in that same song he talked about real estate.
And credit.
How he wished he would have bought a piece of real estate. It would have been worth $20 million more later on or something. I don't remember the exact lyrics, but y'all know what I'm talking about.
Right.
Yeah, man. If you do get into it,
he mentioned Dumbo. He called.
If you do get into it, man, like come back and I'll interview you about it, and you could fill us in on how it goes and how it works, and
Right.
like I'm not knocking it. I used to knock precious metals, and now I'm in the game. You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna knock any type of investment anymore. Investing is investing. If it makes you money, more power to you. I just don't want. I believe that you can be overly diversified, and I don't want to be overly diversified. I don't want to spread myself too thin, if that makes sense.
Right.
Because let's say I did buy that $4,000 piece, my luck went bad, and I needed that money. How fast can I get it? That piece of art is not really liquid. You know what I mean? Like I can't. Who's gonna give me 4,000 for that on the spot? Like how long would it take me to find a person that's willing to buy that? What else you got, Benson?
Can I chime in on that art piece?
Go. Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right. So it's funny you say that. So in Brooklyn, in the Brooklyn Art Museum, they're struggling to keep the doors open due to coronavirus. They're not getting the normal foot traffic that they'll normally get. And with that being said, they're selling art that's normally on exhibit for pennies on the dollar. Man, what a great opportunity. Just a little bit that I do know with art. I personally, and this is not 100% true, but just from what I observed, it's very regional based. So my uncle said that he saw Basquiat paintings in the streets of New York. Not in an art house or not in an art gallery, rather, but he saw Basquiat on the streets of New York. I think for those artists that are gonna like blow up and be big, they tend to gravitate to art centers. So like your New Yorks of the world, your Parises of the world, London, Banksy. I think that's the new one. Banksy. He's known for his graffiti murals on the wall.
One of his
So
pieces went for
I
like
don't
$1
think
million.
it's bad. Right. But I think you have to have an eye for it. I wouldn't do it solely for money. I would
And
have to
art
have
is
a
like
love
up to
for
your
it. A, B,
interpretation of what you
you have
see
to
as
have.
well.
What'd you say?
Yeah, to me, that's why you have to have an eye for it.
What'd you
Right.
say?
I was saying like
And
art is up to your
also,
interpretation.
Yeah. Or like they have art that somebody looks at it and
and
it's like,
also too,
what is that? It's art.
I think it's more conducive
we
for
got
like
9
the
minutes.
big money too.
We got 9 minutes left.
All right.
What else?
My next question is, if any of you would know, so I recently just found out my parents or whatever, they were trying to build my credit for me, and they weren't doing too hot with that, so my credit is just down bad right now. And then so I did apply for a credit card. I'm getting my own shit together for the most part, but if there is a faster way to build credit for the most part, or is that thing you just gotta be patient with that?
It's a little bit of both, man. It's first go and research what your credit score is based off of. So your
Right.
score is based off different factors, such as the length of time you have an account established, the balances on those accounts, reoccurring accounts, how much credit cards you have, how much loans you've had in a short period of time, and basically you just want to have consistency. So it is a time-based thing. It's something that it's going to take time. However, you can speed that up by just being smart with it. That credit card you have, the way we use ours is we purchase only things that we were going to purchase anyway, and purchase everything with that, no matter what it is. Not only do you get the rewards off of it, but again, you're building your credit, but you got to pay that off right away. So as soon as you use it, you got to pay it. So you never have to worry about paying the interest on it. Because then once you start paying interest on it, it kind of defeats the purpose of it. Does that make sense?
Right.
Yeah,
It does, but so I've been doing like a lot of research on the credit card game, and for the most part, and they mentioned 30% of the utilization. So like, there's that, and then I also read that paying it off as you're paying it off right away could be bad in the most part, because it's showing that, like, from what I read, it was like you're showing that you have the money already, so you just pay it off instantly, rather than like letting it sit a little and then paying it off like the day of or like the day prior.
Yeah.
And then like they said, like it could read it as like there's not building your credit or something like that of the sort.
It all depends on how your institution views it. You know what I mean? It's all in the eye of the beholder. At the end of the day, like, are you in debt? Do you have a lot of debt?
No, I'm not in debt at all.
You're
No,
not?
it's just like the credit score is low. Cause I tried to apply for the VA loan, and then I got denied of that because the credit score wasn't like at least the minimum for the VA loan.
Yes. You could do something like get a regular consumer loan, even though you don't need it. You know what I mean? Like, get a loan and just pay it off little by little. Like, don't extend it too long where you lose a lot of interest because it defeats the purpose. But
Right.
just get it and build it really quick. But again, it's a time thing, man. And this whole time while you're over there doing this, you could simultaneously be looking for the homes and looking for whatever it is. This is actually don't look at the negative about it. This is actually a positive, man, because it'll teach you patience and it'll give you more time to actually analyze and look at the houses and look at pros and cons and things like that. Don't waste this time while you're waiting to build that credit up. Actually go and take advantage and like go. Where are you at right now?
I'm on Hanson right
You're in
now.
Hanson. So I can't even tell you to go and actually look at the houses, but you can look at virtual
Right.
tours. You can do virtual tours and things like that.
That is true. But like, say even if I can do all of that, but like, and say I do find that perfect house, I can't really afford it, or at least with the best interest rates for the most part, because my fucking just the credit score and all that.
Yeah, man. At this point, you just got to be patient, or you might like not be able to you might have to wait and not do it through the VA. You may have to just go through a regular conventional loan, through Navy Federal or something like that, where there's
Right.
different stipulations. You're going to have the 20%
FHA.
down payment and all that, but they have different types of loans. The VA loan is not your the only way to go.
Well, I know that for sure. It was just like, I don't know. I think it's like, I'd say the easiest way, or like the best interest rates for the most part.
Yeah.
The benefits for the most part of it.
And once you get out of quarantine, man, you could come sit down with me and we could talk.
I'm not in quarantine. Freaking, I'm
working on
fapped over
Hanson?
here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm on range right now. Or I'm fapped over here with FMTC.
Till when?
Till March. I should be
March?
back in March, hopefully, if I have a replacement.
All right, but you know where we're at. You can come see us. Don't forget about
Absolutely.
it. Yeah.
I'll be at Emo every now and then, but I'll for sure come by if I can.
Yeah. What about you, kid? We got 3 minutes, 55 seconds left. You got any questions? You got any comments? Anything? He froze. Matt, you got anything for the group?
Nah, Not at the moment. I'm excited to do some homework on this MP.
Yeah, and let me know what you think, man. If you want, you and me can link up one-on-one, and we can have that battle royale. We can talk about
That'd be
the Federal
nice.
Reserve.
Hmm,
Yeah, you could ask some Joe questions.
man, but I thought he asked some very good questions, especially with the art. I just think that art space you gotta have to be effective. You gotta have multi millions
Yeah.
for that.
Maybe not
Right.
multi-millions, but you definitely need connections. I would assume. You definitely need because there's so much
Yeah,
there's so much forgery out there. Like, how do you even know if you're not like savvy? How do you know you're not purchasing something fake for 4,000?
absolutely,
That's a
absolutely.
question for you, Benson. Like, how would you know? Like, how? Because I don't know, man. I
I
don't.
personally wouldn't know. Like, I'm still looking into it because
Yeah.
I just found out about it, like, literally last week when my stepson was talking to me about it. And he was showing me, like, the little pieces he was buying and then, like, his whole game plan, which is, like, to buy it, hold it, and then it should resell higher, but for the most part, it's just a patient game, like we were saying. But if the artist does die, which is what he was saying as well, then the price will just skyrocket for whatever reason.
Hopefully, he buys a real one.
Right.
Yeah, no, Benson came in late, but so you guys know,
And
like,
tell him don't kill him.
yeah, this guy, this kid is he has an entrepreneurial spirit. He's already started a clothing brand. He finished a clothing brand. I bought a shirt from this guy, and then he don't even have that brand no more. Like, this dude changed the name of it. So I got some brand upstairs that it don't even exist no more. So how much is that worth? How much is that shirt worth? That's got to have some.
That's good though.
That's got to have some.
The price is going up. That's a classic right there, sir. That's
So,
like a one-time drop
yeah,
in like 10 years,
where you at with
it's like
that? Where you
500.
at with clothing brand? You still doing that? You still going that route, or you?
I am. So the plan, at least for the most part, is to do so I want to do YouTube, which is a finance YouTube, a fitness YouTube, and a gaming YouTube. So like all three of those, and then just build those three up, and then from there come out with like little things in between them.
Yeah, man.
Because from what I was watching, for the most part, finance is an evergreen topic. So I can post a video today about the top 5 stocks to invest in or X, Y, and Z. And then 10 years from later, people will still be watching it because they'll be interested in it as well.
Yeah, we got 1 minute
And the
left,
same thing
but
with
just know I'm gonna support you. Once you start, we're here for you. We'll support you throughout your whole way. I bought your shirt, so I'm always supporting.
Absolutely, sir.
And
appreciate the support.
as you got Marines out there, have them support this channel and have them support the movement. You can put them into the chat. Put that staff sergeant into the chat. He could talk about art. He could talk about his schemes and all that. But
absolutely, I have 2 dudes that actually would like to put in the chat. I'll talk to them tomorrow because they're doing the same thing. So I'll try to add them if they have Facebook.
All right. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share with all your friends. And until next time. All right. Thank you, gentlemen. Appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.